YouTube, what is up? Jamie the Kid 00 here, coming to you guys with my first list of the new April 2015 limited and forbidden list. This is going to be Gigavise. This is going to be my own little updates. You're not having any kind of intro cinematic on this one because, well, intro thingamabob on this one because I'm recording this in rush. So I figured I'd show you guys the kind of updates I've been playing with on this list. This is still somewhat new, somewhat a brew that's in testing. I've not played any real games with this. I've just been going back to doing test hands thanks to kind of the new stuff we can have in it due to the list and the sets that have been released. So I figured I've been trialing it out. I'm actually kind of happy with it. So I figured I'd actually show you guys what I've been playing. So we're just going to dive right into it and I'll kind of explain some of the logic, I guess, if I need to. So we're going to go with the plant engine. We're starting off with, of course, the Spore and the Lone Fire. The only two tuners in the deck. Sorry, Spore and Glow Up. The only two plant tuners and two of the three tuners in the entire deck. They should be all you realistically need. So the two, you already know why they're good. The newly released Rose Lover. We play this card because it is a target for Super Solar Nutrient. It's a card which has some really cool interactions with Constellar Ptolemy M7, which I'll actually discuss quickly. You can have this in your grave, and if you can't resurrect, Glow Up, or Spore, and you need to get a play where they come back onto the board, if you have two Gigaplants, you can overlay the Gigaplants into M7 if you've got this engrave. Bounce a Spore to your hand from the graveyard with the M7, and then banish the Rose Lover to special summon the Spore. And while that rarely comes up, it's a thing you can do. Having this also means that if you have Lone Fire and Super Solar Nutrient, and you've opened both of your Gigaplants, you can get them out of your hand. So if you go Lone Fire into this, Super Solar Nutrient this off into another Lone Fire, and then it's in the grave for you to get the actual Gigaplants out of your hand, so it stops that clog as well. But it just has certain interactions that really slow down the clog, like especially if you open Dandelion or open one of these two, it can be kind of awkward. So if you have plants in your hand, this is a way to get it out of there. Then the only other one-off plant I play is Dandelion, of course, so you kind of don't want to open any of these, and Rose Lover allows you to actually do that, and allows you to play around that. So that's that part of the plant engine, the standard one-offs. And Rose Lover, of course, the exception. We then have the 3 Lone Fire Blossom. I'm still working on getting my third CP one, so the common one is standing in because it looks the most like these. 3 Lone Fire just adds to the consistency of the deck. It allows us to play Symbols of Heritage, which is kind of cool. With this deck, you almost always want to open Lone Fire. Like, you play so many ways to try and get to it, so simply having the third one is really, really nice. It makes your Soul Charge plays more powerful. But an important thing with this is if you're going through the plays, if you're going to be making Powerful Dragon, and you've already opened a Supervise, you want to be having all 3 of these in your grave, because when you search for Supervise now, instead of DDR, the third search should realistically be Symbols of Heritage, because it's just better. It's better in certain situations. I mean, it's situation dependent, but it should usually be Symbols of Heritage, because you have 3 of these in grave, so why not search a Monster Reborn, which basically does the exact same thing. So the triple Lone Fire, that's that part of the plant engine. Then the only other 2 plants I play are 2 copies of Gigaplant. Like, you're playing Gigavise, so you need your Gigaplant. 3, in my opinion, is a few too many, so 2 is perfect. Then for the non-plant engine monsters, we play 7 further ones. We play, of course, the Debris Dragon, which I guess you can call part of the plant engine because it's Debris Dragon. You always see this with the plant engine, so it's just ridiculously good. The 3 Mathematician. Again, the synergy it has with the combos is just ridiculous. You have to play this card. And then the 3 Spell Striker, which you play because making melee is another way to open up a ridiculous combo. So, like, the combo breakers you can go through with this deck are outrageous. And while I can't show you some of the combos for the new format because I don't have time to record them just yet, they'll hopefully be up later on. I will be linking some of Joe Gialando's videos from the last format in my description so you can see some of the combos he did with regards to this. For the spells, I play I believe over 20 spells. I play Raigeki as an out to the Ginlock, and just outs to boards, so you can just OTK. Foolish Burial, because you want to set stuff up, is similar to Mathematician. If you can there are certain situations in which you just want to get Glow Up Bulb and Grave, so you can special summon it and then Super Solar Nutrient it away for your Lone Fires, like that's a thing. 1-for-1, of course, there's a 1-for-1 Dandy play in this deck, like that's standard, and there are so many other 1-for-1 plays. Just getting access to your tuners is really, really strong. Again, gets access to your level 1s for Super Solar Nutrient. And another cool thing is, now that we're playing Rose Lover in this, if you already have like a Glow Up Bulb on the field or in the grave, a live one, you can 1-for-1 out the Rose Lover and make Formula Synchron, which is another option. Having the Rose Lover gives us a level 1 plant that we can get to without having to force a Dandelion activation. So it makes our Quasar play and our Shooting Star play a little bit easier because you don't have to get those Dandy tokens on field. You can get to a level 1 plant that isn't a tuner. So that's kind of cool. I'm testing one Hidden Armory because we're playing about 10 equipped spells in this deck. So It's so, I'm probably taking it out. This was at 2, it's been cut to 1 since my hands started to clog, so I'd probably cut this. It's probably not necessary. And then the 1 Soul Charge, just because Soul Charge, like, you can still play the crazy Quasar combo in this deck, so why the hell not? And then we play a lot of equipped spells. We play 1 Mark of the Rose, because Snatch Steal is gone, and I still want to be able to nick my opponent's monster and OTK through it, so Mark of the Rose is in there. Symbol of Heritage. Symbol of Heritage is a cool card that went to 1 on the new list because at 3 it would be too broken with Untitled Dragon. At 3 in this deck it would be too broken. So it's a 1. It reads, you can only activate this card when there are 3 monster cards with the same name in your graveyard. Select one of those monsters and special summon it to the field. Equip it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. This is really good, simply because of Lone Fire. I'll let you figure the rest out. It's Monster Reborn for Lone Fire. Like, that's all I'm going to talk about, because I don't want to dwell on this card, because it's at 1, because they didn't want us to consistently search it, and repeatedly just make huge boards, so... And there are perfect OTKs with this card, so we're glad this is at 1, we really are. I mean, I'm not, because I'm playing this deck, but I don't want this deck to be broken, but at the same time, I understand the relevance of this being hit to not impact the format. And then for the rest of your equipped spells, we play 3 DDR. You still have to play this. Like, Banishing the Lone Fire is a really important part of some of your combos. Even though Redox is no longer a thing, this is a little less versatile, but you still need to play 3 to consistently search it. So 3 DDR, the 3 Supervise, the card of the deck. This is the most broken card in the deck, simply because of what it does to Gigaplant, and the fact that when you sync with the Gigaplant, this will bring the Gigaplant back. So you literally make Powerful Dragons for a Spore. So it's disgusting, and the fact that it rotates the Gigaplant, so the Gigaplant technically leaves the field and is resurrected by this. They can then activate its once per turn effect again, and silly shenanigans. So those are kind of nice, and then for the other 3 I do play 9 more spells. There's more to come. The 3 Super Solar Nutrient, absolutely love this card. It's probably my favourite artwork in the deck. It's just so strong. The amount of combo plays it lets you make. The fact that when you open bad cards like Rose Lover, Lone Fire, Spore, things like that, this gets you out of it and this gets you into combo. So this is such a good card simply because of the fact that it gets you to Lone Fire. Like this is another 3 Lone Fires as long as you open a level 1 plant. So why the hell not? So there's 3 Super Solars, and then we have 3 Reinforcement of the Army for the 3 Spell Striker. Yes, I know 3 and 3 is a bad number, but you want to get to it immediately. You want to get to it so fast, and you'd rather see the Rotor than see the Spell Striker because you need a Spell Engrave. So you just want to burn this as quickly as you can and find this as quickly as you can. So keeps the Spell Strikers alive. And then 3 Upstart Goblin. For the 2 interactions of it making the deck 37 cards, so it keeps the deck consistent, but it also is another card that you can draw along with a Spell Striker that you've opened that can get a Spell Engrave, so it's got a good interaction there. And then for the traps, I play 1 Vanity's Emptiness because like you can make a board and lock, so I'm still going to play the 1 Emptiness. And then I'm playing the newly unrestricted, the newly unbanned Ring of Destruction, which is pretty damn good at the moment. The only reason I'm playing this is because your opponent can occasionally drop monsters that are going to be a huge out to your board, and you just want to be able to burn. You just want to be able to hit through it. So the ring is there. It deals your opponent a huge amount of damage. You don't really care about how much you're going to take because if your opponent breaks your board, you're going to lose anyway. And if you take damage, your opponent is going to have a hard time OTKing through the boards you should be making. So this should win you games. This should really reduce your opponent's life and really allow you to OTK through boards a lot better. So that's why we're playing those as our only 2 traps. And then for our extra deck, it's 14 cards. I can't find my M7 for the life of me, and I wanted to record this video, so the monsters are Formula, because we're making Shooting Star and Shooting Quasar. Armory Arm, because you always need this. Even if you're not going to make the Armory Arm itself, you always need to be able to make a 4. Like, in so many of the combos, you need to be able to make a 4 and synchro through this. Especially when Librarian's out. Like, you can synchro through this and get multiple draws, which is kind of nice. Speaking of him, Librarian, Armades was my other 5 for the Quasar. And it's just a good generic 5, so this might become Catastor, I don't know, but Armades is in there for now. Orion Dragon, because it's relevant because of the Lone Fire, the 1-for-1 Dandy Debris Dragon play, in which you draw 5, so you need the Orion Dragon for that, and it beats certain big synchros as well. Black Rose Dragon, we're going to move this up, because Black Rose is Black Rose is Black Rose. It's effect to banish a plant, it's really cool, has a good interaction with DDR, so really nice. The 2 Powerful Dragon gets you to your combo pieces. Can't complain at all about the 2 Powerful Dragon. Gets you to your Supervisors, your DDRs, your Symbols of Heritage. It's literally the best synchro in this deck for the combo. Never for power. This card's body is awful in my opinion. I absolutely hate the 23/25, but its effect is second to none. Then we play for our 8 Scrap Dragon and Stardust. Stardust, of course, for protection and for the things we're going to make with it, like Shooting Star Dragon. And the Scrap Dragon is for aggression, especially when of Soul Charge, and I want to be able to pop certain threats. You can make the Scrap Dragon to do that. And then our boss monsters are, of course, Shooting Star Dragon and Shooting Quasar Dragon, both of which you can make in this deck. Shooting Star is a lot more consistent than Quasar, however, Quasar is still surprisingly easy for this deck to make. So now that Quasar is out, we are going to be playing it, because the last time I made this profile, this wasn't released. So those two are the synchros we play, and then for the Exceeders, I only play 3. I play Melee, I only play 1 because I only ever make 1. I used to play 2, but I never made the second. So you only ever make 1 for almost every combo you're going to do, so the 1 Melee is there. The one, number 11, Big Eye, this was a Draco Sack, however I felt that I'm more going to be wanting to push through my opponent's board, so Big Eye was a much better out to certain things, it was a much better way to move things out of the way, and I can also, like, if I'm going second and my opponent's giving me a nice level 4 monster, I can take that and use it towards making my Quasar plays by just summoning a level 1 tuner and getting one of my 5s out. It lets me make a Librarian super easily, and then I can just, like, get stupid amounts of draws. So, Big Eye got chosen over Dracosack, and then the last monster in the deck should be Ptolemy M7, but can't find it. As I said, M7 has really good combos with adding certain combo pieces back to your hand, especially with that Rose Lover thing, where I said you can add a card back to your hand and then special summon it off of Rose Lover. That's kind of cool. So it's like a pseudo-monster reborn in that case. Like if you have a Rose Lover and you want to get a Gigaplant back on the board, you can add the Gigaplant back to hand with the M7 and then special summon it off of Rose Lover. So that's kind of cool. So those are all the monsters, and then we play the tokens, because we're playing Fluff. Anyway, guys, that has been a very breezy, very quick Gigaplant profile. I wanted to keep this as quick as possible because I have got testing to do. I've got a friend coming over. And I've got so much to prepare for with the new format. I need to get back into this game. I need to learn my logic again, and that is something that I need to do rather sharpish. So, I hope you've all enjoyed. I'm definitely going to look forward to playing this deck. I'm going to be testing a lot of things, but this will be something you see me play on a more fun level. I say fun. Fun for me. No one likes playing against this deck, but I absolutely love playing with it. So, I hope you all enjoyed. This is Jamie the Kid 00, and I'll see you guys next time with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content. As per usual, before I sign off, please feel free to like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more of the same. Share this with your friends if you think they'd enjoy it. And of course, leave a comment down below if there's anything you want to talk to me about. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Bye-bye.